Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Which you have few questions for the coach and the player. Then we are off. Coach, I want to ask you about your impressions for the game.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Ghana to have won the match. A very tough one. Congratulations to my brother, Coach Apia. We started a bit slow. Towards the second quarter of the match, we started making combinations and we started enjoying the game, opening up, and they had a very compact defense. Every time we wanted to penetrate through the middle, they were very compact. And as a result, we ended up conceding from a transition moment. And I think our positioning was not that bad, apart from the ball to be played through the legs of a player. But I think this was a very good match. We are disappointed that we have lost. It would have been maybe a draw because we came here having a draw. But unfortunately for us, unfortunately for Ghana, they had to score the 2 goals. And if you look at how the 2 goals were scored, it was more of power and strength, putting pressure on the ball and then getting the second goal. I think credit must be given to the players because I can't falter them for effort. They did all that they had to do, but unfortunately it was not our day.
Tulani, how did you see the game today?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we knew what Ghana was going to do to us, and we were prepared for whatever they were going to do to us. And everything that we planned, everything that we knew that they were going to do, they did it. Just like the coach said, we started slow as a team. We couldn't penetrate like we normally do. We can't falter. We can't have an excuse with the field because as players we have to play in each and every condition. But I feel like we managed to match them. It's just the first goal that they scored, and we kept positive as a team. And second half, we felt like we could come back and equalize. And the second goal, really killed us. And we started to chase the game. And like you saw, it was open. Yeah.
Tofik, I write for Football Made in Ghana. Coach, yesterday during the press conference, you sounded very confident ahead of the game. Did the Ghana team you met this evening exceed your expectations? And how come you were not able to stop them even when you went down by a goal in the first half?
I think let's understand as coaches how we operate. You select the team, you prepare the team to win. And you can't be coming to a press conference and say, I'm in this game to lose. I'm still confident with my players, even though we lost 2-0. But if you look at the game itself, it was more balanced. Like I said, they had more power and strength in getting the goals. It was not like we were outplayed in the situation where we conceded. It happens in the game of football. When you're not balanced, the opponent will take advantage. I think I kept on saying yesterday when everybody was trying to single out individual players from Ghana, I said Ghana is a strong team and has got a very strong history in terms of their playing capabilities. So as of now, I'm still confident with my players. I'm still confident with my team. And like I said, well done to Ghana.
Yes, Jerome.
Coach, Sudan won yesterday, and today you've lost. What does this do to your chances of qualification, even though this is just the beginning?
Yeah, I think in the qualifiers, you will always have those situations where some of the teams in your group will win and you end up losing the matches. But I think we prepared the team very well for the back-to-back matches. We were fully aware that we were playing the first match in Ghana and you have to play the second match in South Africa. I think you saw everybody that we have in this camp will still be available for Sunday, except for Bongani Zungu, who got a knee injury. So we have a balanced team. We selected a balanced team, and we're looking forward to play the best team on Sunday and do well for ourselves and win the match.
All right, coach. I'm Newton Latte, ABN Ghana, a video analyst. In the first half, you tried to overload the left fullbacks side of Ghana. You were successful getting some chances, but in the second half, after taking out Lodge, you played Pesitao behind Lebo Motiba. Did you concede to defeat tactically?
Look, I think when you're playing a game like this, everything is flowing very fast, but you always look for those opportunities where you can hurt your opponents. And when we substituted Lodge, it was for a tactical purpose, because we wanted to bring in a striker in Kemiti Rasmus. And I think when he came in, he played more as a 10 between the lines, and we had Lebo Motiba at the top. And in overloading, it happens in football. If you overload, it means you are creating your own opportunities that side. But I think Ghana dealt well with the overloading, apart from the fact that we wanted to get the ball more behind the defense, and they kept on applying a deep defensive block.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Coach, yesterday you mentioned that today's game is going to be war of tactics. Would you say that Kwesi Appiah has won the war in the tactical game? Thank you.
Yeah, I think I was saying it's not a personal war. I've got so much respect for Coach Appiah, and I was saying it's a war of tactics, but the tactics will always win you games, but at the same time you need to have players who can also put an effort into the tactics. And I think if you look at Ghana, they put so much effort and they managed to get the 2 goals. We are not saying our players did not put effort, but unfortunately for them, we could not win the match. So I think if you want me to say it, yes, Coach Appiah has won this tactical war.
Yes, you pick 1, 2, 3, 4, then we are gone. Yes.
Coach, I think you didn't perform badly at all. You gave Ghanaians a good run for their money. But I just want to know why the chap in number 23, the name doesn't come readily in mind. You substituted him. I thought he was your best player on the field, but he was changed. Was it because of injury or any tactical reason for that? Thank you.
Like I said, it was tactical substitution. We wanted to bring in a striker. He was playing more as a wide midfielder, so we wanted to overload the central area and create more opportunities in trying to score. Like I said, you had a very deep defensive block of Ghana, very compact, and we wanted to try and add more numbers and try to break the compactness in the central area. That was a tactical change.
Yeah, Coach, Michael Asaibo, Empire FME IB Network. Goal scoring seems to be an issue for South Africa, and it's something that played out at the AFCON 2019. Today you barely showed your teeth, and then you barely bet anything. You barely attacked Ghana or was a threat to Ghana attacking wise. How close are you to finding a solution to this particular problem? And to Lachwayo, what's the assurance to South Africans that come on Sunday against Sudan, you're going to get a win for them?
Yeah, I think the first one, I think the 2 teams were very compact. And if you look at Ghana, they did not even have too many shots at goals, except for the goal from Thomas. And if you look at the second goal, came from a transition moment, winning the ball. When we were open at the back, they went in goals. They had possession in our half, but they never had us. So if it comes to the 2 teams, the game of football has become so compact. The defense has been so organized. So it is becoming a bit of a problem. But in answering your question, in situations where you have got reinforced defense, there are too many tactical strategies that you can apply. If you have got players who can dribble through, of which Pesitao tried to go through against a compact defense, we tried to overload the wings and try to come out from crosses. We couldn't get inside the box. And if you look at the goal that was scored by Ghana, it was shooting from outside the box. And those are the areas that you need to work on as a coach and as a team. And I think if you look at the performance of the players today, we can't necessarily say the tactics did not work out, but I think we also give respect to the team, how they defended against us.
To answer your question, obviously, as a team, as a country, we need to stay positive. Like we always do. Like we're still in camp, and we're still going to have our debrief and fix there and there, you know. But the main focus is for our game against Sudan on Sunday, and we have to stay positive and make sure that we get a result. As much as it's still early stages, I think that's where we need to be collecting points. Fortunately, tonight we couldn't get the points that we were looking for, but as a team, we need to stay focused and look forward to Sunday's game.
Let's start with the last one then.
Hi, my name is Aisha too. After Kudu's goal, actually, I noticed that your bench, you were complaining about something. What's your take on officiating?
Yeah, I think our job as coaches, you have to coach the team, prepare the team, and let them play, and the players has to execute the plan. If an official makes a mistake and you feel it's a mistake, you always maybe say whatever that you have to say, but with respect, because they're also professionals. It was not something very serious, but we felt some situations during the game we needed to address with the official.
Yes, the last person.
Yes, to Coach, my name is Kwame Adakwa. Coach, I want to find out from you, is there any weakness that you identified in the Ghana team that you think you'll be able to exploit when the Black Stars come to South Africa?
I think after a game like this, you do what you call debrief, and debrief, it means you are preparing for the next match, and that's exactly what we'll be doing after this match. And then we are preparing for Sudan. We'll only be playing Ghana next year, very late next year. There would be a lot of changes in terms of player personnel, but as for us, we are going back and regroup and focus on Sudan. For now, the focus is on Sudan.
Coach and captain, thank you very much. Colleagues, thank you. Ghana will be next. See you.
Thank you very much. My name is Eugene Kwatin from ATLFM, University of Cape Coast. One for Coach Mayele and one for Dede. Coach, I think this is your first match after the AFCON. And can you tell us your general impression of the game? Congratulations anyway, but your general impression, did they play according to the game plan? Then to the skipper, I'm sure you had massive support in Cape Coast. You were in my hall yesterday, 8-year hall. And can you advocate so that the other matches will be played in Cape Coast to help the economy of Cape Coast? Thank you. Why ask?
Okay, thank you very much. Hello? Yeah, I think this is my first game after the AFCON. Hello. Yeah, this is my first game after the AFCON, and the boys actually impressed me. There were a lot of injuries, during the call-up. We had about 4 or 5 injuries, and that's why I always believe that it's better as a country. I believe that as a country, we should not be, depend on very few players. It's always important we get a lot of young ones, so that in a given time when there are injuries, we can always rely on as many as we want. Looking at the game today, I personally think that the boys played above themselves, and that was the message given to them anyway, to go out there and prove to Ghanaians that they all deserve to be in the national team. The national team is not for few people, it's for everybody. And when you're given the chance, you need to prove to all Ghanaians so that in future they can assess and say that, okay, this player is done well and he deserves to be in the team. And that's something that we did tell them before the game, and I think their performance was very impressive.
all, I want to thank all the people in Cape Coast. I want to thank all the fans that came to the stadium. We could see that the stadium was packed. They were cheering us. Since we got here, the reception here was great. We really felt loved. We really felt at home, and that's what we want to feel makes us do this kind of performances that we showed today. So one thing that I can say is that we will come back and play in Cape Coast. We cannot say when, but for sure we'll come back and play because Ghana is a big country and we have a lot of stadiums also, so we'll have to share it to a lot of cities, but for sure we'll be going into every city that we can to play and let everybody have a feel of the Black Stars, because the Black Stars is for Ghana and not for anybody. Thank you.
Before we take the next question, please let's kindly mute our phones so that we don't interrupt the press conference. Thank you. Next question, please.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Chief Seidu Adamu. I write for 442gh.com. I have a simple question for the coach and the captain. It's the same question, but I want the two to answer. I realized that the midfield looked packed, and the captain, from where I stood, looked uncomfortable on the pitch and seemed to be moving around to look for a comfortable place. Coach, is that how you also saw from the bench? Captain, how was it like to play in a packed midfield with Duncan, Baba, Pate, and at a point Jordan also falling back to midfield? How was it for you? Thank you.
Okay, normally the most important thing is tactically. You see, me, I don't believe in coaches who depend on I'm playing 4-5-1, 4-4-2, and all those kind of stuff. You know, the important thing is when you have the ball, tactically, your style of play changes. You know, when you, maybe as you can see, whenever we had the ball, you see two people, you know, going out front. When we've lost the ball at that particular time, it depends on where we've lost the ball. If we've lost the ball at an area, let's say on the left side, the right midfielder is supposed to come in, you know, and then the second striker, one of the strikers drops back, so that we have at least about 5 players. And the reason why we pack it that way is to make sure we are able to get the ball back, because the essence of our game is to make sure we have the ball so that we can play tactically how we want.
Well, to answer the question, I felt very comfortable. It was a great game, collectively and personally. I'm very happy with the performance from the boys and my performance personally. And to be frank, if you want to talk tactically, you can see that the South Africans, their right midfield was always in the middle and their left midfield was always in the middle. So we also had to pack the middle. If not, they will be playing 4 against Baba and Thomas, which is not possible. So we had to pack also, and we knew that we have quality. So if we are able to pack our midfield and win the ball, Jordan, Ima, me or Alfred, whoever, we can find a way to make sure we score. So our plan worked, and we are very happy. We hope that the next plans also will go the same way. Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Jerome. I write for Protocol. Coach, this is your first game after AFCON 2019. And again, your first game under the new football administration. I noticed on the bench, and everybody saw it, you have a new assistant. How important was his role in this victory? Yes.
You see, normally, the head coach, for me, is the assistant who does most of the work. You know, if you are the head coach and you are out there, sometimes your mind goes somewhere. Sometimes you might be looking at maybe 3 or 4 players who are not playing well. So this is where you need your assistant to assess the game, because he knows our game plan and he knows our players. So he might sit out there and come to you and let you know that, okay, coach, why can't we, look at this, because it's creating problems for us. So it's important at any given time you coordinate very well with your assistant, so that anytime he has to sit down quietly, assess the game and give you information as to what you need to do. There's not much that maybe you can do as a coach when you are out there, but they actually play and do much of the work for you.
Congratulations, coach. My name is Jacob Na. I report for GBC Radio and GTV Sports Plus. Coach, first of all, I would like to apologize to you on the behalf of a cross-section of Ghanaians who have castigated you wrongly. Secondly, my question, Coach, you brought a name to us, which tomorrow it will be in the papers. That is kudos. From the gospel you'll be preaching that you want to widen your net so that you bring in more players. When there's the other player is not there, we should get another. From your perspective, what will you say about the performance of kudos and also the Baba as well? Thank you.
Silence, please.
Yeah, normally, if you're a coach and you're afraid of criticisms, me personally, I don't think you should get into that job. People criticize. It helps you to pick the good messages that is putting across. But the bottom line is, if what they are preaching, it will bring you down, then you should not get into this job. This is a job that deals with people with different mindsets. Some will love you, some will criticize you, but at the end of the day, the job that you are assigned to do, you need to do the best that you can. If you are told to go tomorrow, you pick your bag and go. This is the nature of our job. You pick a job. I know where I used to coach Sudan. When I left here, before I left, I was getting 20,000. I went there, even a club side, I was getting 40,000. So sometimes it's not about you do the best. The most important thing, you should go and sit back and tell yourself, look, I've done the best that I can. If you have to go, you have to leave and go. But once people appreciate what you're doing, fine. At the end of the day, my ambition has been, let me try and bring a lot of young guys in, so that in future, whether I'm there or not, the whole nation will rely on these young guys and say, okay, you guys, you came, you did very, very well. And for that reason, you deserve to be in the team or not.
I am Sheikh of I write for Football Media Ghana. Coach, before this game and after our performance at the a lot of Ghanaians heavily criticized you for the performance out there. Would you say that this particular game is a game of redemption for you in securing your job?
I think when we went to the AFCON, each and every Ghanaian, our ambition is to go out there and try and win the cup. There was no way it was going to be an easy competition. We did the best that we can. Unfortunately, we had to come out of the competition through penalties, and which is something is little that I can do. But the most important thing is, fine, you've lost a game, and then you ask yourself, are you going to still, depend on the very few we have, or are you going to try to expand the team to make sure, they make Ghanaians happy again? the mere fact that you've lost, if, for instance, let's say if I had quit along the line, then I would have sat back and said to myself, look, am I a quitter? Am I someone who wants to pursue my coaching career? It's hard times. That's where you need to stand up. Do the best that you can. At the end of the day, who knows whether even at the end of my contract I'll say, oh, I'll renew. I can pick my bag. Some of us, I don't know if you need to go there. Thank you.
Please, two more questions. Let's be fair to the lady here. Please give it to the lady.
Hi, my name is Aisha Ali Zakaria. I work with Happy Sports. Coach, what's the condition of Baba Idris? The condition of Baba Idris.
Well, I think he had a head crash, and I mean, before we came here, he was okay. You know, he joined us in prayers and everything, and he also had an ankle problem. So automatically, the doctors will work with him. So hopefully by tomorrow, we should know.
I have two questions for the two of you. Coach, I mean, we were in Egypt when you played Kojo Asamoah on the left side of midfield. After the game, he complained about not being played in the right position. Today we saw Alfred Duncan, another player who has excelled playing in the middle of the park, but you played him on the left side of the attack. Can you just explain to us what the thinking was in that decision, because there was a lot of talk on social media? And Andre, I saw at some point you yourself, you were quite frustrated with your brother Jordan, because there were quite a number of times where he would do all the right things and then the final ball was always found lacking. Is that something that you would have a conversation with him? Because a lot of people think that he is overindulgent on trying to do everything all by himself, when sometimes the easier option is to pass the ball.
Your question again? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember, yeah. You see, most of the time, when you're picking a player for a national team, it should not be because he plays at a particular position. Me, whenever I pick a player, I assess him and tell myself, look, this guy, I can use him here, there, or here. Recently, our captain has been playing as a striker in his club. I don't know whether if you watch his recent games. No, so when he comes, I can assess the situation considering the quality of players that I have. If I think he should be moved to a striking role or he should move to the left side, you know, I have total confidence that when he's put at that position, he can play. You know, so, and as you realize, we had a lot of injuries, and for that reason, there are some players that I had to shift around. And Duncan, he does very well, you know, in his club. You know, sometimes he plays from the right, sometimes from the midfield, sometimes from. So I thought, look, I need these experienced players to be in the middle, and then with their experience and energy, I believe that they can always pick the ball, and then we can play. So that's the merit. If you look at, I had the day Duncan, Pate, and then Baba, you know, which made the army feel very strong. So unfortunately, I don't know why. Maybe I have to, yeah, in future. Now I know. In future, I'll get it very close to my mouth.
All right. Tamimu.
Oh, well, he's a striker. We demand a lot from him. He's our striker, and he has to keep going, keep working. He has to try, do mistakes, and he will try again. And that's the game. That's the only way we are going to not stop a striker from shooting. Everyone will try. We get, sometimes if we feel it is wrong, we will tell you. Whoever it is on the pitch, we will tell you. But at the end of the day, we need players that will take initiatives. Iman did that about 2-3 times, Jordan a few times. We need initiative. If we want to score goals, you need to take initiative. Sometimes maybe too much, sometimes not, but you have to make mistakes. So he will also go check, he will watch the game for sure again, You will see what he has done right and wrong. Coach also will do the return on the game. And we'll all work on our good and bad sides. And we prepare Monday because we have done half the job. Because Monday is an important game. We need the 3 points also.